More coming up right here on Guide Us TV. Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
How can you get rewards like we do? 3 things you can do. Make dua for us and include yourself in the us. Number 2, share Islam.com and share the emotions that you have when you think about being a Muslim. And number 3, join us. Support DawahPartners.com. It's easy, real easy.
Get connected with Guide Us TV. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/guideustv1. Join us on Google+, plus.google.com/+guideustv. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/guideustv1. Find us on Flickr, flickr.com/photos/guideustv. And add us on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/guideustv. Get guided with Guide Us TV. Get connected with Guide Us TV. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/guideustv1. Join us on Google+, plus.google.com/+guideustv. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/guideustv1. Find us on Flickr.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Yusuf Estes with really good news. But first, many people are hearing things about Islam, but they are not getting the right message. So the best time to get the right message out is right now. And we have the best way to do exactly that with Allah's support and your help. We've got our projects, our websites, satellite TV channels, and now we can reach every home on the planet, inshallah. Let's make that difference together. It's easy. In the UK, they say, keep calm and carry on. But how can we do that in these days? Well, keep Guide Us TV on. Go to DawahPartners.com. Assalamu alaikum.
We'll be back right after this. You're watching Guide Us TV.
Alhamdulillah, at last I pushed the right buttons. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hu alladhi jalna muslimin. What does that mean? Well, we say all the praise is to Allah because He is the one who made us as Muslims. Alhamdulillah. Most of the people realize that they have choices, but they don't realize what the choices are really going to mean on the Day of Judgment. If you have a sincere choice and follow it up with an action, that means you'll get the reward of that or the punishment of that. But if you don't have the sincere desire to do it, you know, you're doing it against your will, then you will not be asked about that because you didn't do it from a sincere point of view. And I think we have somebody coming on here. Yeah, it's Habib. Salaam alaikum, Habib. How are you?
Alaikum. Oh, alhamdulillah, I'm good.
All right.
So
Well-
I missed the first part of the show, so I missed what you were talking about.
Well, I was talking about the attitude of our choices, because if we really have a sincere desire to do something, and then we take action and do it, then we have the reward for it or the punishment for it. But if it is against our will and we're forced to do it, and we have no other choice except maybe get punished or be on somebody's hit list or even die. So this is excused by Allah because He knows everything about this situation. And He's just putting you through this to see if you make the right choice. Now, the right choice might be to not follow what you're doing, what you're ordered to do, but then you will get the reward or punishment for not doing it. It depends on what it is.
Depends on circumstances. Like say if you're in a country and there's say people that's trying to kill other people, and they ask you, well, have you seen this certain group of people? And even if you did, like say you did and you know where they went, but you know that for telling a lie is wrong. But in this case, because you're saving people's lives, you can say, no, I didn't see them, or they went some other direction, and leave it at that. And so it depends.
What other example can we talk about there?
Well, when you're looking at life in general, sometimes it's better not to say, when people ask you a question about somebody else, sometimes they just want to gossip. So in that case, what I used to do with somebody I know is I would just say, well, they're doing okay. And that would be it. And that person was trying to dig for more and more information. And she goes, after a while, she just stopped and goes, oh, you're a wealth of information, aren't you?
Are there any other examples that you know of?
In regards to being honest, or in regards to?
We're talking about, let me come back on here again.
Yeah, to sincerity, about sincerity.
Yeah. Someone is accused of being a Muslim, and they said yes. And then they say, take it back right now, say you are not a Muslim, or we will torture you and punish you and everything. So what about that?
In that case, in your heart, you know you're a Muslim. And so with that, you can do that. And that's very important to realize this, because, it's another thing to say you're going to be tortured. Okay, say somebody comes to me and says, I'm going to be tortured. But if there's brothers with me and they say it.
If they have demonstrated, hold on. If they have already demonstrated the death of two people, right. And I'm talking about an incident that really happened in the lifetime of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he's saying to you, the person is saying to you, we're going to treat you just like we did the other two. And if you don't say you're not a Muslim anymore, then you're going to wind up being tortured and killed. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, like I say, it's, you know it in your heart that you're a Muslim. So therefore, so that you're not killed. Sometimes you have to do what you need to do in this regard.
Yep. That's what we were talking about. The incident, and we're talking about, and I've generalized it so that people can understand. If somebody is threatening your life, and they're doing so with the evidence that they're actually going to do that, and they tell you, don't say you're a Muslim, say you're not a Muslim, and they have a video camera on you or something, what would you do then? You know that they're going to advertise, you know, that you left Islam.
The way I look at it, and what's more important about all this, Allah knows the intentions of my heart. And it doesn't matter if the whole world heard this, because it's under duress. And it's not like one day I woke up and said, I decided I don't want to be a Muslim anymore. When you look at the circumstances around this, and I'm being videotaped, and they're threatening me to kill me if I don't say this, then once again, most importantly, Allah knows my heart. And because Allah knows my heart, these words that come out of my mouth is to protect my life.
Okay. All right. Now, why were we talking about this? Because we have an article right now on our newsroom from the perspective or viewpoint from the people in Syria. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I lost, I can't get on the line with you. There you go. Enough buttons to push. Anyway, yeah, we did put up a story from the Syrians' point of view. It's not all of the people, but it is a lot of the people there have this feeling about insecurity, because now they said we're under attack from our friends, quote, friends, and under attack from the people that we don't like. So what are we going to do? Because we wanted day-to-day events that happen, that just whatever is happening, it happens without bombs and without threats and all of that. So we're trying to cover the stories from their point of view and post it on our Islam newsroom.
Right.
Do you think we should show that?
Yes, I think it's very important. See, the thing is, when you're looking at places like Syria and other places like that, you got to look at the outward influence by other countries or a certain country that wants to control everything.
Okay, so let's see. How can I bring that in there? Maybe this is it. Let's see what we got. Maybe we should show this first, because it's from our point of view, being Americans. Well, not your point of view, because you're not a U.S. American.
Right. I'm a Canadian. And still, my viewpoint is I clash sometimes against the government.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
especially when it comes to Palestine. I definitely clash against the government.
Okay.
So when it comes to killing in any country, I'm usually on the side of the underdog and the ones that are being. So this includes the Uyghurs. This includes a lot of other people. So when you're looking what's happening in Syria and what has happened in Syria, since quite a few years. So have you found it yet?
I'm looking for it.
Okay.
I don't know if I've got the right button. I don't know. I don't know what I'm pushing here.
Yeah, we need a volunteer there to push the buttons, and you do the talking and they do the button pushing.
Okay. Yeah, it did show up, but I wanted to cover it from the point of view of the American side because we are in America and we tend to follow our media outlets. And let's see, this will be okay. I'm trying to copy a what do you call it? The thing. There we go.
And you got to put that in the right spot.
Oh, one of these things comes over and you can't do anything with the buttons until you get rid of it. Okay, yeah. Make sure you click share on, yeah, okay. This is really uncomfortable for me because I like to have it all laid out before we do something. And this never is happening because you can't do it until you open it up. Okay. All right. Well, have you heard about it? Have you heard about the United States attacking Syria and eliminating the leader of the ISIS? Have you heard about that?
No, but it doesn't surprise me.
Oh, okay. 3 days ago it happened. And let me show you that first. Okay. I don't know how to get back to it now. Okay. Oh boy. We did get a late start and it was, yeah. And then I accidentally cut it off and then you had to get the second thing that was sent to you for, anyway.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm not really worried about that. So I see what you need to click on, but I don't know if you can see what you need to click on.
Okay. Oh, there it is. It is on the screen already.
Right, but you just need to click what you need to click to go back to it.
I was blinded by the thing that let's see. I don't know. Okay. All right. Now I can change it. for this. Let's see what we got. There. CENTCOM forces kill ISIS leader during precision strike in Syria. That's what we have. Now I lost you. Okay, now I'm back. This is the detailed, this is a memorandum coming out from the U.S. Central Command called CENTCOM or something like that. Then they're talking about it. I don't know if the people can read it, so let's see. Okay, now I can read it. It says December 19th, U.S. Central Command forces conducted a precision airstrike targeting ISIS leader Abu Yusuf. Oh, he has my name. Well, no, my father's name was Abu Yusuf. A.K. Muhammad in the Dar es Salaam province. I don't know how to pronounce that. Syria, resulting in 2 ISIS operatives killed, including Abu Yusuf. So Abu Yusuf and somebody else was killed, both of the participating in ISIS, the leader. Okay, this airstrike is part of CENTCOM's ongoing commitment along with partners in the region. I'd like to know who the partners were in the region to disrupt and degrade efforts by terrorists to plan, organize, conduct attacks against civilians and military personnel from the U.S., our allies, and our partners throughout the region and beyond. And it doesn't say who our allies are in that region. This strike was conducted in an area formerly controlled by the Syrian regime and the Russians. As this is quotes, as stated before, the United States, working with allies and partners in the region, will not allow ISIS to take advantage of the current situation in Syria and reconstitute. ISIS has the intent to break down or break out of detention the over 8,000 ISIS operatives currently being held in facilities in Syria. We will aggressively target these leaders and operatives, including those trying to conduct operations external to Syria. There's a quote from General Michael Correia, CENTCOM commander. Okay. So, and some of the other ones we have his, let me see if I can go back to that. No, that's wrong. Anyway, so we already have 18 hits on it, and I just put it up just as we were kicking off the, let's see, there now. And I'll read this one to you as well. The U.S. kills top ISIS commander, concerns for the Syrian perspective. These are the concerns of the Syrian people living there. So called. I don't know that this was exactly accurate, but the United States announced killing the top commander of ISIS. According to sources, he was one of the world's most dangerous terrorist organizations. Syrians have expressed mixed feelings about U.S. actions in their country. They are concerned about the impact of the U.S. military operations. Innocent civilians and the destruction caused by airstrikes are the center of their their concerns. The United States, it says U.S. officials, claim no civilians were harmed in this mission. But past operations of the United States did lead to casualties and damaged homes, schools, and hospitals. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? The Syrians say they are unsafe and uncertain about their future. If the U.S. continues to attack their country without notifying at least top officials in their own government. Some Syrians feel frustrated because of foreign powers, including the U.S., acting without warning. They believe their country's sovereignty is being violated and worry these actions may lead to even more instability. The Syrians do feel relief of a dangerous ISIS leader no longer able to harm their people. Okay. Syria has caused great suffering. No, ISIS. ISIS has caused a lot of suffering, great suffering in Syria, including violent attacks and the destruction of communities. The removal ISIS leader, should say gives hope their lives may improve. Overall, the killing of the top ISIS commander brings forth hope and concern for Syrians. Well, it is a step toward reducing the power of ISIS. Many fear that continued foreign intervention may bring new challenges to their already difficult lives. And this is the first time that we've published something like that on the Islam Newsroom. Usually we have different people that are in the Dawah practice, and we talk about the things that are not so much going on as have been going on in the past in a couple thousand years. And this is the first time that we've ever expressed outright anything against our own government. But this isn't coming from us. This is saying that this is what the people in Syria are feeling and experiencing. So, what's your take on that? Do you have any take on that?
Oh, see, when I look at the United States, I'm still wondering why do they have all these military bases spread out throughout the whole world? And you begin to wonder why this is going on.
Okay, so, but doesn't or I don't know about Canada, but does Canada have military bases all over the world?
No. They'll send in troops before we used to be considered to be peacekeepers. And when it was necessary, they would go in and they would have both sides keep the peace. But it wasn't, they didn't go in to kill anyone. But nowadays, because of what's happening, even in Canada, but they don't have military bases in other parts of the world.
Okay. Well,
not that I know of.
Okay. But what about England? Do they have military bases all over the world?
That's something I would have to check. Or that's something we could check. I mean, we could use Google to check it.
Okay. What do you have there from Google?
Well, I was hoping you could do it so we could actually show it. But
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'm pushing the right buttons. Okay. Okay. I'm centering this so that we can. Okay. Hopefully, do you see the screen on Islam Newsroom now?
Yes.
Okay. Then I can change that and ask how many bases, military bases does England? No, they don't call it England. They call it UK.
Yeah.
Have around the world. Let's see. United Kingdom. That's UK. UK. I pronounced the UK, not the United Kingdom, because they shorten it to UK. Anyway, it maintains a substantial global military presence with approximately 145 military installations across 42 other countries. Oh, man. I didn't know that. These installations range from large garrisons to smaller facilities, enabling the UK to conduct operations worldwide. Many of these bases are located in British overseas territories or in countries with close diplomatic ties to the UK. I wonder if they have one in the United States.
They would have one in Canada in that case.
Notable installations include British Forces Cyprus, British Forces Gibraltar, British Forces South Atlantic Islands, British Forces British Indian Ocean territories, including Diego Garcia. Additionally, this is something else on here. Additionally, the UK has a presence in countries such as Brunei, Canada, Kenya, and Singapore. That opens my eyes.
Yeah. So with that, we should actually take a break.
Why? Oh, it's time.
Yes.
Let me see if I can get back to where I need to be. Yes. Okay. We're going to be back right after this. So stay tuned and stay guided by
Guide Us TV.
Yeah. In the UK, they say, keep calm and carry on. But how can we do that in these days? Well, keep Guide Us TV on. Go to dawapartners.com.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
How can you get rewards like we do? 3 things you can do. Make dua for us and include yourself in the us. Number 2, share shareislam.com and share the emotions that you have when you think about being a Muslim. And number 3, join us. Support dawapartners.com. It's easy, real easy. Thanks to all of you for watching, sharing, and spending your time with us on Guide Us TV. And remember, tell everyone, stay guided with Guide Us TV.
Guide.
Okay, we are back. And yeah, so I pushed some of the right buttons, didn't I?
Yeah, you actually did this time. You're getting better at it.
Yeah.
At least for now.
Alhamdulillah. I really admire your background that you got on your green screen. That is nice. You do have a green
screen. Green screen? There's no green screen.
Huh?
There's no green screen. That's my paintings. That's a painting I found in the garbage. That's my curtain. That's my plants. That's my chair that I usually watch TV on. So yeah.
I'm impressed by your paintings. And what you said you got it out of the garbage?
Well, this one here, I got out of the garbage. These 3 I did myself.
Well, I can't see it real good, but
Well, which one would you like to look at?
the one right over your head.
Oh, you looked at that one before.
Yeah?
You pointed out that the sun was not perfect. And I pointed out that I wasn't a perfectionist.
Okay. Somebody called in. Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's check that out.
Salam alaikum.
Sorry to show my back.
Let me see if I got the audio now on your call. Okay. You're watching Guide Us TV, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. So who is this?
Sheikh, this is Adnan from Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada.
Oh, mashallah. Mashallah. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully. Hi, Sheikh. How about you?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Yes. Do you have children in the contest?
No, I don't. I don't have children, period. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, it's really nice to see you guys every night from 9 to 10 p.m. I really love your show.
I think Habib does better than I do.
Habib's, you both are professionals, so you can't really compare. I have a question, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So you and Habib both being reverts to Islam from the North America region. I just want to know for other people So I have a friend. His name is. He is also a Canadian. He, mashallah, accepted Islam recently, some months back. And I was kind of like wondering. So when you guys first accepted Islam and you started to perform the salah and you started praying, how did you guys actually start praying? Because you wouldn't know Arabic at that time and you wouldn't know any parts of the Quran. So what was the first step towards salah?
Well, I'll let Habib answer first, but then I'll chime in if necessary. But go ahead, Habib. Talk about it.
Yes, please.
Yes, keep in mind in my area when I was in Moncton, during that time, the only time the mosque would be open would be for Jumu'ah prayer. It wasn't open for any other prayers. So it was a lot more difficult to actually learn about the salah in performing wudu and these types of things. So I actually had to use YouTube, and sometimes that's not always reliable. And for some reason, and I ended up meeting some Syrians that helped me a bit with some of the things I needed to do in regards to salah. So that's what happened with me, and I'm still trying to learn the Arabic because I still don't know a lot of Arabic in regards for salah and for even to recite. I still don't know that much, so I'm still looking for a mentor for that, and that is something that the brother could use as a mentor to help him along the way.
Okay. Well, I guess my turn. In the beginning, we had somebody that I was trying to convert from Egypt to be a Christian. And then after 3 months of watching him and even seeing the night before I accepted Islam, I saw one of my dear friends who was a Catholic priest, but we weren't Catholic anyway. He accepted Islam, and I thought, whoa, this is a big, big story. And yeah, a Catholic priest accepted Islam. And I couldn't imagine, but the priest had already gone to the masjid twice. And the second time he did, he wanted to accept Islam. But none of us knew, except the Egyptian, of course, none of us knew the Arabic language. And that was the problem that we had.
You talking about Abdul Rahman?
Yeah.
He's not from Israel. He's from Egypt.
I did say
You said
Egypt.
he was from Israel.
Oh, no. I made a mistake, guys. I said Israel, and I don't know why. But that wasn't even on my mind. He was from Egypt. Yeah, the next door neighbor to Israel. Anyway, so yeah, I'm glad my boss stepped in and said that, because otherwise we'd have had to throw this episode away. I can't believe I said that. Anyway, yeah, well, this is live. Anyway, so we do have somebody that watches all of our live programs, hopefully, and they will speak up and speak out when we need to be lectured out. Anyway, so
So I'm just wondering, what kind of guidance are you giving the brother that just converted?
Yeah. Okay. What help have you are you offering to the new brother that just converted?
So I'm trying to teach in the Surah Fatiha, like the first chapter of the Quran, and so that like at least he can have his prayer going like in a proper way, because I saw him one day. He came to the masjid and there were some brothers like before the Isha prayer, and he opened up a YouTube video. He put it on a chair in front of him, and like the video was playing out the entire salah, like a demonstration, and he was following along the video. And some of the brothers in our masjid, they were quite surprised by like seeing this. So I guess like they were not used to seeing these type of things. But then they asked me to ask him, and like it caused a bit of confusion in the masjid. So I was just like. I had a concern in this matter, so because I want my friend to pray, obviously, but I also don't want him to be surrounded by eyeballs and like those kind of things in the masjid. That's why you guys were the best people to ask this question, because you also began your journey at some point somehow. So
well, privately, take the brother aside and ask him if he would like some help in learning the Arabic for the Salat, and then pronounce it just like we do when we give somebody the Shahada, the entrance to Islam. We say there is no God to worship except the one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. And that we're explaining what they're saying so that they don't have any problem saying it. And then the Fatiha, the first 7 verses in the Quran, this is what we use every single night. Tell them that this is what we use every single day and night. All of the 5 prayers start out with this every rak'ah. And tell him what a rak'ah is. It's a unit. It's a unit that we do, and then it's called a rak'ah if we complete that unit. And anyway, so let him understand what the meaning is first, because he will maybe doubt what is being said. Because if you don't know a language and you're repeating what something was said, like I did recently, and I looked up somebody was saying something about the United States, and I wanted to know exactly what they were talking about, and then I found out that they were concerned over some of the things that we were doing. And basically, some of the people feel that all of the people in the United States, even Muslims, are agreeing with whatever we're doing. And that's not necessarily true. So they feel like when we want to talk to them, that this translation has to be immediate and really good. So this is something that the people that come to Islam really deserve. They deserve to be shown what it means, and then the careful pronunciation of just one syllable after the other. And you begin by saying bism, 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 bismi.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm curious, which masjid are you going to? Is it the one on the north side or the one on the south side?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Oh, the masjid is on the south side.
Okay, so I know which masjid you're going to. At one time, there was a brother. He was trying to help people after the Juma prayer in regards to what was said in the Salah and saying it, having a video on the screen that would show the Arabic and the English so they could learn. But some brothers were against this.
That's exactly what. Yes, that's exactly what he was doing. But he was reading the. So in his salah, he was reading the surah in English. Like he was saying, "Praise be to God," and like this, like not Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. So like the brothers in the masjid, they had a concern about this. Like, is this something which can be done? So I said, like, well, he does not know Arabic to begin with, so what does he do when he prays? So,
Well, see, when you're looking at something like this, and you sit down with the brother, and you explain to him during Salah, it's in Arabic, but we can tell you, we can show you what it means. So when people are saying this, you understand it. And the other thing I've from the beginning, what I started doing in regards to the Salah is following what the Imam did, because you could see what the Imam is doing, and this way here you know what you're supposed to be during Salah, so you're less confused. And some people they ask me, well, why are you watching the Imam? Well, if you're learning, that's the best way to learn. And if you have, instead of, brothers being concerned about him doing this in English, sitting down with him and explaining to him that when you do perform Salah, it's in Arabic. When you do dua, it can be in English. And explaining these two things, and helping him afterwards, like after Juma prayer, explaining to him what was said in the Salah. So depending on the surah that they were using, you explain to them that in the English, this is what it means.
Also, another thing you can use is our websites. We have websites that talk about the Surah
Al-Fatiha.
Al-Fatiha. I'm so tired tonight. Anyway, okay, so let's put it up on the screen so that people can see it. Not. Oh, I have to do it again. Okay.
Yeah, you might want to put down the phone to do that.
Yeah. Okay. This is the screen right here. I think I'm right. I'm pointing it right there. And let's see if we can get this out of the way. No. No. Huh. Anyway.
Yeah, just hit play.
All right. Now it's working. It said Bismillah. So you can, after you say Bism Allah, Bismi Allah, Rahman Rahim. And be sure you pronounce that the ha, so that he will understand this is different from the other ha. Like ha 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 ha. This is ha. Is that right?
It's like after you take a sip of tea and you go
I don't know about tea, but I do that with coffee.
coffee, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's another subject. So let's move it for Bismi Allah, Bismi Allahi, Rahmani Ar-Rahimi. Now, when we pronounce it all together, we don't say it that way. We say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And you don't overload him at the beginning, but this is something that if he's asked about it, you can certainly give him the answers. And this is the full 7 verses. If he scrolls down, he can go to recitequran.com and it will start out with this, those 7 verses. And then if you want to, there is a chapters right there, and then go on those chapters and go to the very end of the Quran and An-Nas, Falak, Ikhlas. This is the only things that we teach them in the beginning. If they want to learn something else, okay, but this is where we start out, because the first and the last, number 1 and number 114, An-Nas, or number 113, Al-Falaq, and 112, Al-Ikhlas. That's where we start out with.
Yeah, I'll now work on, inshallah, like getting him acquainted, like with these, with this website first of all, and then like the kind of way to go about pronouncing the words and then the ayah together, inshallah.
Yeah.
I definitely have the method down now. Jazakallah khair.
MashaAllah. Thank you so much, brother. And may Allah reward you for helping our brother, our new brother in Islam. And may he gain the knowledge and you get the reward for everything he does. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Thank you for calling in. We like to encourage everybody to call in. So if you got a question, just call in and ask your question. And with that, we're almost out of time. What do you think about that?
Yes, we are almost out of time. And I want to point out to the brothers that are watching in the Fredericton area that I will be going to Fredericton next month on the 25th. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Repeat it, what you just said, and then we'll go.
Yes, I will be going to the Fredericton area January 25th. There's a couple of reasons why I'm going up. One is to deliver a parcel to Awab. He's one of the youngsters that was in the contest, so I wanted to make sure he gets his parcel. And I wanted to visit with the brothers up there while I was there. So I'm hoping to be able to go to the mosque and meet with the brothers there while I'm there. Inshallah, I might be able to stay overnight, but we'll see. Anyways, with that,
stay tuned and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Yusuf Estes with really good news. But first,